8 minutes, that's all I need. I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know to get a working VR project. If you get to the end of this video, you can call yourself a virtual reality developer. You have my promise. Alright, ready? Go. First, you will need a VR headset, unless you like to suffer. Which one? Anything that does VR is fine. Go to Facebook Marketplace and get yourself a used Quest 2. It does not matter which one you get. Next, PC. Anything that runs basic games should do it. PC VR ain't that expensive anymore, even the Steam Deck can do it. And if your PC still can't, then just test them as Quest standalone. Now you just need to be able to run Unity on your PC because... Next, download Unity. Go here, download Unity Hub, run the installer, log in into your Unity account that you sadly will have to create because everything requires an account nowadays. There. Now, let's get us the engine installed. On installs, get the latest one. And just in case, make sure to get Android installed here too, so you can export to Quest. Now wait. New project, find VR in the templates, download that, now choose where and what, create project, now wait. Now you'll most likely get errors here. They should go away though by just fixing them. If there is more, just let me know, it should be an easy fix. Anyways, we don't need tutorials where we are going, and this right here would be the template level for our VR project. Apart from this one, there is a bunch more you can check out as well. I'd recommend going through all of them to get a good grasp on what you already have available to you. Alright, from now on we are developing our project. Let's say you plan on developing a VR shoot. To simplify the process, start off with the basic scene. Unity already has that prepared for you, so unless you want less features, in which case you could strip down the space anyways, there is no real advantage anymore to start from absolute scratch. Alright then, let's start with the shooter part. If you try the samples, you'll have probably noticed this little thing right here. So let's get the table going, put this one on, and there we go. I think we need a bit more than that, but it's a start. Already we have a two-hander, either by using your own models or downloading and properly crediting the author, get your nice model into the engine in a new folder called models. Duplicate our confetti shooter and add our new model right in here. Now, yeah, let's shrink this guy down a bit. You can also scale it here so it applies to the model directly, or get it into a modeling software and adjust the scaling there, but yeah, anyways. Create materials, put together the textures, and add that to the model. Remove the old mesh and call it this game object colliders. Make sure it's properly aligned, adjust the colliders to fit. You can also add more here to make it more accurate. Adjust the particles, adjust the attach point, both are the points your hands will attach to, so make sure to place them about where that makes sense, and that's it. Yeah, this gets old fast. We need this to act like a real weapon. For this, we will get into our first lesson, adding new functionality, and we will do that by learning to code in C#. Yes, it's coding, but listen, you don't have to code. Just watch so you get the idea. Anyways, if you click on here and check the inspector, you'll see this. The rigid body gives it physics, the exact grab interactable makes it interactable when grab on all things XR. About that, this right now has an event that happens when we click the activate button on the controller, so the trigger button. And that event is the confetti particle. Yeah, but we don't really want that. Add a new script, call it gun script, open it in Visual Studio, either Community or VS Code if you are on Mac, and yeah, now what? Teaching C# in this video will be way too much, so just trust me here and get the code on our Discord. Besides, you can always do as us real programmers do and ask chat, search on forums, documentation, and learn from dedicated courses. Yeah, so now that the gun script is added, you should be able to see what this script needs to work in the inspector. There'll be a muzzle, for which you can repurpose the particle game object for, a bullet. For this we need to create a prefab, which is essentially a prefabricated or a pre-built object, a sphere model with a glowing material, a sphere collider, scaled to about 0.015, a trail renderer so it looks halfway decent, and because the gun script uses physics, a rigid body, and that's the prefab. Then we need some particles. Might as well, I guess, grab the confetti for now or go get one on the asset store. You can also create a new one using Unity's particle system, an audio file for the shooting, plenty of places to get those as well, and set that up to be at the force you want. About this should be fine. By the way, all of this you can get on our Discord as well, like the whole project really. Now in the events block on the XR interaction script, where the activation was, select this same game object, select the script and the shoot method. A whole lot of setup, but this is essentially one-to-one with any non-VR video game out there. So now you got the basics to really get started, because let me tell you, this sets apart hobbyists from developers. Now we are working directly with VR-specific coding by extending the XR interaction system directly. When we want to extend existing functionality or tap directly into the inner workings of existing code without directly altering that code, we use inheritance. You can see that as creating your own version, although not literally. This will create an alternate XR grab interactable. To do this, you just need to create a new script, and this time instead of writing mono behavior, we write XR grab interactable. It's a few using directives, but yeah, that's it. Add this and it will act exactly like the original one did. So now we can add to it. Let's say we want to know when it is grabbed, to add our pulling and launching logic instead of the direct teleport. What we need to do is we need to get this method on here, write this baseline right here, and now we currently are at the end of the original code, at least of this method. To compare, it's as if we were here, if this referred to our gun script. And everything we write just happens once the original code has reached the end. Keep this in mind, by the way, in case you want anything to happen before the original code. Still with me? Pay attention please, because now we will finish up the entire script to have a perfect-ish copy of Half-Life Alyx's magnetic grab system. Hope you're ready. We stick it in place until the player pulls. Once pulled, we enter the process and send it flying via parabola. We make sure we always look for the hand as it can move. When it reaches, we stop the flight and let the original code stick the interactable to the hand. We make sure to support hand switching, return everything to normal when dropped, add a bit of haptics, and done. See what we can do? Okay, good run. Next steps. Now open Google Docs, write your game design document, develop the mechanics, add, extend, build out the world, create your characters, write the story, put it all together, a nice layer of polish, and... Oh... Where am I? What is this place? And what am I? Huh? Oh, what is this now? An incredibly important lesson that you should take to become a good VR dev? Well, I guess you should go watch it.